Another edition of Wahala Be Like on Click Niger online channel. Wahala Be Like is a program where we discuss trending issues in and around Nigeria, as in the basketballs and all the juicy quarreling and all whatnot. My name is Elizabeth Ereke, and I'm not alone on the program. I have Olsen Atta and Leona Ahumareze with me. You're welcome, ladies, to the show.
Thank you so much.
Ta-da!
Thanks for having me.
Say your thanks for having me again with excitement now. Let's go.
Thanks for having me.
Ta-da! It's going to be an interesting one from the way you girls are giving me some kind of body language. Anyways, we're on YouTube at Click Niger, Facebook, Instagram, and X at Click Niger 1. Please do well to subscribe and follow us on all our social media handles. You can also listen to us live by visiting our website on www.clickniger.gov.ng and also search for us on Radio Garden. It's Click Niger. Ladies, back to our gist. The first gist we're going to be treating today is of the police officer seen in Lagos State assaulting a motorist. Now, from the video on the screen, we can see the motorist bringing out his papers to hand over to the police officer. Obviously, he has been asked to give the papers to the police officer. But now, the police officer becomes aggressive, hitting the motorist and asking him why he is recording with the eyeglass he's putting on. I have some questions bordering to this event. Is it the job of the police officer to ask for papers? I thought they were supposed to protect life and properties. Secondly, how sure is he that, I know there are glasses now that could record you, but how sure is he that he was being recorded? And even if he was being recorded, is that a professional way to have handled the situation? What do you think about it, Sugar?
So I'm glad that you mentioned that. Is that a professional way to handle it? At what point did we lose respect for one another in Nigeria? First of all, that police officer was being very rude to that guy. I mean, you were demanding for something from him. You wanted him to present his vehicle papers. That was what you were asking for. But in the process, you probably found out that, oh, it seems this guy is recording me. There's a way you can go about it. Please, sir, could you step out of your car? They do this everywhere outside the country. But in Nigeria, we keep seeing these things repeat themselves over and over again, how police officers are being the harassed individuals. So I said to myself, at what point, did we get, how did we get to this point, I meant to say, that we lose respect for each other? And not only that, you discover that he was recording you. That's not the point to start harassing him. Okay, Lizzie, you actually mentioned that, is it the job of the police officer to ask for vehicle papers? The thing is, we will keep having these conversations over and over again because we keep having police officers demanding for vehicle papers from people. Some people say it's the job of the road safety, it's the job of the VIO. When are we going to get it right? And when are we going to actually come out straight and say, okay, this is the job of police officer, this is the job of VIO, this is the job of road safety. But if I were that young man, I would press charges. Well, you know how it goes in Nigeria.
So the other seems to have something contradicting.
Yeah, the truth is that there are some people that knows the work of policemen, road safety, and VIO.
So are you saying the police is all encompassing now with your analogy?
No. You see, there are some people, most people that harass, let me use the word harass police officers. Most of them know their right. They know the work of a police officer and the work of a road safety. So another thing is that this police officer harassing a motorist that is recording him. Is it a bad thing for one to record somebody? As in, recording somebody means you want to acknowledge that person for a job well done. But the reverse here is the case because that police officer knows very well that he's not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
He's not doing the right thing because had it been he's doing the right thing, he wouldn't have seen it as a problem for somebody recording him. Why is he even so anxious that notice that that young man was recording him? Because he's guilty. He's guilty. His conscience wasn't clear. That's my take.
Anyways, do you have anything?
Like I said, he disrespected that young man. I mean, you stopped me, and I stopped to listen to you. And the only reason why that young man would have stopped for him because he's an officer of the law. His job is to protect lives and property. I shouldn't be scared when a police officer is standing right before me. I shouldn't be scared to express myself. I mean, I'm a citizen of the country. I know my rights. So you can't be harassing me. That is harassment at the highest level.
Talking about harassment, Zik Saloma over the weekend also came out to accuse the Nigerian police of assaulting him too, because he said he was driving his Mercedes Benz. And if you look at the video of this young man being assaulted, he's also driving a Benz. So you see that there's a Benz thing going on here. And to the point that Zik Saloma, the comedian, also said he was going to sell his Benz because it's like from here to here, he's being harassed from this point to that point. Anyways,
I don't want to believe it's a best thing. I just feel like some of these officers are not trained or they don't have orientation on what to do when you send them out on the road. So it's not really a best thing, actually. Because someone else will drive a Land Cruiser and they will still harass them, especially an officer who doesn't know what he's doing.
The truth of the matter is the officers, especially the ones being sent to the road to monitor things, need to give them orientation.
Anyways, the Nigerian police have come out to condemn this act, and we believe that actions, just like you said, proper reorientation of how to handle humans, because the police officers have more interaction with the common mind. So I believe that with this kind of incident happening back to back, the Nigerian police will do well to give proper or refresher trainings to these officers as pertaining human management. So, when you think you've seen it all in terms of lack of professionalism in carrying out your duties, we see in Anambra State where a National Youth Service Corps member by name Jennifer Eloho was stripped naked by Anambra State Vigilante Group. Now, according to Jennifer, from her own side of the story, she said they had a knock on a door in their lodge, and they even thought it was from a neighbor's house, only for the knock to get louder, and she thought to go check who it was. But before she got to her door, the door was kicked down, and they saw masked men with weapons in their building. At first, she said they thought they were armed robbers, but in a bid of their back and forth conversation, they dragged them all out, and she kept telling them they were youth NYSC members, showed their ID card, showed their uniform, and it was at the point of getting downstairs they discovered that these people were Anambra State Vigilante. Now, back to the assault. According to her, she was like, okay, let them call the person in charge of their lodge. And the men were like, you can't do that. They threatened to break their phones and all, and asked her why she would challenge them as a woman. Is it a crime to be a woman in Nigeria? And then we see her being assaulted to the point of being stripped naked for fighting for what could be called her rights. And even according to her, when other corps members were trying to back her up, they were also being assaulted. One was hit with an iron and all. Now, back to my question, like I said, is it a crime to be a woman in Nigeria and demand for your rights? Because they were accused of being fraudsters. How did these vigilantes even know these ladies or these corps members were fraudsters? And even if they are they the right set of people to handle this matter? Leona.
Okay. The like I said earlier, all these security personnel, they need a reorientation because before anybody, like let me take an example like army. For example, a soldier knows how soldiers are being trained. Police officers know how police officers are being trained. Vigilantes also know how vigilantes are being trained, and you accepted to be one of them. So after training you, you now use ordinary civilian to practice what they taught you, knowing that that training was meant for you to protect life and practice. It's not a crime for to be a woman anyway. It's never a crime, and it will not be a crime to be a woman. These security personnel, there's need for you people to ask questions, to have patience. Have patience, know how things happened. Know what led to something before you take action. Because the reason of training you is to protect life and practice. We are begging to have patience. That's my take.
Sugar.
Well,
Well, sorry.
Just when I looked at the video, I was like, oh, wow. Initially, I was like, what's the offense? But again, my question, you asked the question, are they supposed to, are they authority? Do they have authority to persecute fraudsters? I think that the Nigerian law states that a person is, what's the word? Before a person is persecuted, he's
Tried.
aside being tried, he's still a suspect. I think that's the point. Somebody came to tell you something about this set of people that they are fraudsters. It's not the vigilante's job. It is not the vigilante's job to go in there and start hitting them. Even it is not even the police job to hit them. But
Education.
I thought the job of the vigilante is to liaise with the police and just to protect a community, especially places where the police cannot get to. So they kind of train these people, to protect. Since when did vigilante begin to, catch criminals and prosecute them? If a criminal is caught, you still have a right as a criminal before they even begin to prosecute you.
They are even supposed
law-
to handle that criminal to the police.
Hand over.
It is sad that we are seeing this in 2025. And like Leona just said, no proper orientation. It is really sad. And a woman, for that matter, these men have sisters. Why would you treat a woman like that? A woman you're supposed to protect. And you know what even gets me so sad is that she's a corps member. Obviously, it's not even from that state. A stranger. You do that to her. There's been talks around this NYSC thing here. I'm sorry, I don't want to deviate, but some people just tell you stuff like, I don't want to serve my nation. It's things like this that make them say it.
Yeah.
It is really sad. Seriously. I'm appealing to the government of Anambra State to come out.
They have actually. The Anambra State government have actually brought out a statement saying that these men have been identified and even sacked. But I feel it's not enough.
That's not
I
enough.
think generally we need a reorientation as to what your job description as a vigilante, as a police officer, as an NS, is it civil defense, as a road safety, as a VIO. I think these bodies need to come together and give a clear-cut description as to where your rights start and end as this, where this person's own starts and ends at this. And I think if we have that, all these kind of mix, carrying somebody's job into another person's job.
Aside that, when are we going to be our brother's keeper?
Where has
I
humanity
mean,
gone?
where has humanity gone to?
There's another
This young
that will answer
this young,
Next time, we're going to
you know,
answer
these
it.
are youngsters. They came to serve their country in this state, and you just, what if it was your sister?
Imagine the
What if it was your brother?
the psychological trauma, the emotional trauma of seeing herself naked.
When I
I mean,
saw
that
that
was
video-
too
And
much.
on camera.
I thought,
Whatever her crime was,
I
I
thought
think
that
that was too
girl
much.
committed something. I thought she committed.
There is
something.
no offense whatsoever
offense
to
was
treat
just-
anybody.
Her
whether
offense
it's a
was
woman or
that
not.
she is a woman challenging them to know what they
As
have
in a
done.
woman that knows her rights.
Well,
There is
looking at her
no
story, she
offense
said
with
they
them.
were like, why would you challenge us as a woman?
As a woman. That means a woman means
So
nothing.
if it is a man, you
Wow.
will do otherwise.
Wow.
Please, the appropriate authorities. Thank you, Anambra State Authority, for the swift action you took as pertaining this case. But please, I think there needs to be a more collaborative understanding as to where, like I said earlier, where your job starts and where your
it
job
ends.
ends. And talking about man's inhumanity to man. We have a young man a video of a young man trending online, simply identified as Chibo, and simply identified as Chibo, and it is still in Anambra State.
Oh wow,
Anambra
that's
State.
Anambra State.
I was just waiting to get that reaction.
What is going on there?
Still in Anambra State. And now we see this young man looking pale, sick and all. Story has it that he was supposed to be, or he's assumed to be in Europe for the past 5 years, only to be found locked up in a hut by his family members. What, in fact, what kind of crime would that guy have committed that his own family members would lock him up in a hut for 5 good years? When everybody has, is it because, okay, story, I've been trying to get my head around what could have happened. But what I'm seeing on social media, somebody said he was mad. And even if he was mad, is there no psychiatric home to be taken to? Or could it be that his japa plans did not work, and to cover family face, they decided to lock him and treat him like a scarecrow in a hut in their house? I mean, what is this watching?
This is very, very pathetic. You know, a similar story I saw on social media once of this guy. He was also in the same Europe too. He was sending money to his family members to help him, you know, put up some structure, you know. He was trying to acquire properties here. He kept sending money, but the day he put his foot in Nigeria, he noticed that all the monies he sent, nothing.
Yeah, I think I watched that.
And then his family members locked him up. So, I mean,
not just locking up. They not
said
make
he
him
was
actually.
mad.
Yes, they not actually. And then when you see him talking, you actually think he's. You know, when you are angry, frustrated, disappointed, and in short, all the negative things at the same time. Nobody will
yes,
believe
this
you.
is a grown man, for crying out loud. Why will a grown man be locked up in a place chained for a period of time? Even if he was mad, is it that the family does not trust the system because there are psychiatric homes here in Nigeria?
Or perhaps they have something to hide.
If maybe he was on drugs or something, there are rehab centers they could have taken him to. Why chain him in a place for
5 good
5 years?
Yes.
Is that's
5 years.
That's
Do you know how old, how smart and how old a running a 5-year-old child will be?
My
5 years.
My
Just
question is
wait. Take a look at this guy. I don't think his life, even if he's taken for maybe a rehabilitation kind of thing, will ever be the same again.
No.
5 good years.
5 years.
Locked up, no sun. I'm sure he doesn't see the sun. He doesn't know when it's
Oh
morning.
no.
He doesn't know when it's afternoon. It is, and he doesn't even look healthy because obviously
They were not feeding him.
a healthy food. My question
Where
is that,
has man inhumanity gone to?
my question is that person actually they chained his 2 hands and the 2 legs. Now, can't he use the 2 hands and hit the door? Because that place they use it was zinc.
Eliana, how will you? It depends on how he was
It
changed.
depends on the location
Yes.
of where they kept
He
him.
could be changed
For 5
in a
years. He
distance
must
to
have
something.
attempted. I don't want to believe
Yes.
he didn't try.
The place they showed, was a zinc that they use and they carve something where they put in, you know. And that place, the location was on the road too. Now, based on now, does it mean people don't cross from that side?
What if he
Or
was
what?
being drugged? Not to be. There's a possibility that whatever they're giving to him might just make him always sleep, numb. He can't do anything. What if there is something? Because we didn't see inside the building.
Yeah.
What if he was chained to something he cannot move away from? These are possibilities. Because I want to believe that
own
for 5
family,
years,
your
he would have
own
made an
family.
attempt to leave.
That's wickedness.
People are terrible. People are terrible. And these things we are talking about here is just a true life story, not just they said, you know. And again, people need to be very, very careful because a lot of things are happening. Things you think that this thing cannot happen. Nobody can do this to me. Such a thing. None of my family member can do this. As in, I don't know the spirit that enters people. When that spirit enters, they will do marvelous things. You will ask yourself, are you sure this person is my blood? Or could it be that that man, his parents are no more and they want to do away with him and take over the properties and whatever? What could be their reason?
We don't know.
But it's sad, like how did we get to this point that you cannot even trust your own family? You can't trust your own family, and this is what really happens most times.
It's happening.
Some people are very lazy. They don't want to work. They have this entitlement spirit. It happens every day. I'm sure if we all begin to talk about things that happen in our inner family, you will see that there are some people who exhibit these characters.
Yeah.
So this could have even led to something like this. I feel so sad for that young man.
In short, you just took you took the words.
You know,
out of
when
my mouth.
people gathered, he started saying, I've been here for 5 years, 5 years.
That is to tell you perhaps he had struggled.
Something happened. Something happened.
Anyway, as the story unfolds, we'll bring you updates in our next edition on everything that transpired and led to him being tied up and held up in a hut for 5 good years. Away from Anambra State. I beg, I want to laugh small. You're already laughing when I'm not even told you what I want to use to make myself laugh.
Just mentioning the laughter.
Because there are many stories that we carried all from Anambra State. Please.
Polygamy. I want to marry two wives. Here is the result.
Wow.
Here's the result. Just look at these 2 gorgeous women struggling for their husband's attention at his 60th birthday celebration. I know most of us have seen this video trending online. I mean, I ran to the comment section because you're also like me. Yeah, I ran to the comment section to hear what my fellow netizens will be saying about it, and some people were like, if this man is not strong enough to handle 2 strong women, then he shouldn't have even gone into the marriage in the first place. Because I mean, on your 60th birthday, having this kind of embarrassment, it got physical at a point where you see one dragging the man, and the other one coming to drag the man again, and I'm like, this man will be like, God, wait till I carry myself come quick like this. But I don't know. Polygamy is supposed to be something of understanding from the man and his first wife, and I think whoever he's bringing in as a second, third, and fourth wife. But here, I don't seem to see that unity. And I mean, would you advise people to venture into having a polygamous kind of family in 2025?
You know, when it comes to polygamy, that polygamy is working for some people though.
Yes, it is.
It's actually working for some people. And that's why they said if a man wants to take another wife, that he needs to discuss it with the first wife. And if you watch, those of them that discuss with their first wife, they are the people that are succeeding in that polygamy
Polygamy.
stuff. Yes, you see them, they rapport like sisters. You see the wives rapport like sisters. But you see these ones that will wake up one morning and say, "Who is she? Is she not just a woman? Just carry, go and bring and come." Now wahala now. You go carry wahala come enter house and they exchange the thing, they
For
give am
public,
the way. Yes.
public disgrace.
Those people that did such thing in public, what do you think that will be happening inside?
Exactly.
What exactly do you think that will be happening inside? So that's the market he bought for himself. I think he will keep enjoying it till infinity.
Yeah, well, you took the words right out of my mouth because I when I saw the video, I'm like, this drama did not start happening today on this screen. No, this drama started from
Yes.
home.
Yeah.
They've been boxing each other in the houses, and I think the man refused to tell himself the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, when you begin to have that issue, I think the best thing would just be to separate the women, not to be under the same roof or in the same place, because they will always fight for position or who is the one that is loved the most, who should hold the man's hand. They will always, but women naturally are very accommodating if they are understanding with you. So I think he probably didn't have that. He didn't establish the understanding with maybe the first wife, so she could carry the other one. See, the moment you make a woman feel like I'm bringing another person in, you don't have a say in this matter. That is it.
Forget it.
Forget it. You would always have that friction here and there. Because like she said, polygamy is working for a lot of people. I mean, I saw one video on Instagram. 3 wives. They were making a video like, "Hi, this is the first wife, and the
I
first
think I saw the
wife."
video.
I think there were 4. And they said the second wife traveled. I'm like, these ladies are just living like sisters.
Yeah.
It started from the first wife. She had to understand, carry the second one along. Women are the most cooperative and very understanding set of humans.
But then,
You need to carry them along. If you don't, you will suffer.
so wait, you were talking about understanding, and you said discuss with the first wife. So as ladies now, if your husband comes to you and say, "Madam, I'm bringing in it," I don't want you to answer me here. I am bringing in it. No, because even you, my audience, this question is for all of us. If your husband come home and say, "Madam, I am bringing in a second wife," as an understanding wife, now you know they expect Nigerian women to wear understanding garments.
No.
What
That's not what we mean by understanding.
You do. I want to hear your option in the comment section. I don't want to leave people are bustling my head with this marriage thing. Anyhow you want to interpret it, please, you watching and listening to us, what do you think about polygamy? We want to hear from you in the comment section. And also, don't forget, we had 3 stories. What do you think about them? Police and security handling in Nigeria. Family, man's inhumanity to man. What do you think about all of them? We want to hear from you in the comment section. And it's at this junction, will I call it junction now or juncture? Or what do
Anyone that enters your mouth, just do
it is at this point. We would love to say our goodbyes for you in this edition. I want to thank Hafsat Isa and Abdullahi Dauda, who have been our producers on this program. Also, Atta, thank you very much for bringing life to the program, as well as you, Leona Ahumareze. Unfortunately, I had to wrap up our talk because we've taken too much of our time today. So until we come your way next time, my name is Elizabeth Ereke, and it's bye for now from Click Niger Online Studios.